Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, so we do have some news about Alliance Quest. I didn't actually expect this at all because I think out of all of the game modes that needs help, Alliance Quest is actually probably the last of them because Alliance War needs so much more of it, as well as incursions and pretty much any other thing. But okay. Alliance Quest Season 8.5, and there are some really good news. So, first, the biggest thing is that they are doing away with linked nodes for everything that doesn't lead directly into boss or mini-boss. So effectively, for vast majority of the maps, that means about half of the linked nodes and also much more smooth movement. So from now on, we're only going to have to worry about unlinking mini-boss or boss. That's it. We're not going to have to wait on anybody else to do anything. We're just going to be basically able to do our path, unlink the mini-boss, go to bed if we have to, or whatever, and then move on. So that should have quite significant impact. Now, they have also adjusted some champions in several maps. I will not talk or comment too much about the lower maps because, quite honestly, I have zero kind of like perspective or land view on that because I haven't really played any of them. But we can see that they describe the changes here. I'm going to leave this entire link here in the description. They're swapping out now they're adding new mini bosses as well. Unstoppable Colossus, Archangel, having the linked nodes map 3, 13 linked nodes instead of 33. Then new mini bosses, Jubilee Sabertooth Gambit. Fair enough. Map 4 used to be 35 nodes links, now it's 18. Some new mini bosses, Nightcrawler and Magic. Doesn't sound too bad. And yeah, here we go. So map 5 again goes from 40 link nodes to 24 link nodes. Hidden champion updates. Some champions for Variant 3 weren't hidden, which was a bug, and were fixed to be consistent. Fair enough. And then you have new mini bosses, Storm, Pyramid X, and Rogue. Without a full list of nodes, I don't really know what they do, therefore I'm not going to comment too much. Again, map 6, 54 link nodes to 26, so that's a significant improvement. You have Longshot and Mr. Sinister mini boss. Those do sound quite annoying, though. Those do sound quite annoying. Stun Immune Nick Fury swapped with Falcon. That is definitely a lot easier, so map 6 became somewhat easier, I suppose, now. Map 7, here are the bigger and the baddest and whatever changes. So it goes from 62 link nodes to 28, so over a 50% reduction in that. Should be good. New mini bosses variation 1, Omega Red. So we're going to have Omega Red mini boss. Not entirely sure which champion it is in place of. Probably Magneto? But either way, we have Omega Red mini boss now. It's good. Some change. Why not? And there are also some node updates and some champions being substituted out. And this first one actually affects me personally quite a lot because it used to be very annoying. So I have Void, we had Void on Counter Tactics path, swapped with Taskmaster. And that was a horrible fight because of Counter Tactics, if you had a debuff on you for like 3 seconds, you were dead. Because Void gets so much attack. And yeah, then if you make any mistake or mistype at all, you're pretty much dead. I typically use like Nick Fury to deal with that Void for vast majority of the time. But here was the kicker. That Void combined with Cascading Failure could be a huge pain. Because of Cascading Failure, if you get a debuff on you, you're dead. And yeah, that was a very stressful fight. So I'm kind of happy to see it changed. I'm not sure exactly how the Taskmaster is going to operate there, but I'm sure it's not going to be as bad as Void. Then also we have Do You Bleed Wasp swapped out with Invisible Woman. Both are about equally as annoying. But most importantly here, Node 123 Domino on All or Nothing path swapped out with Omega Red. And that should be hugely easier because Domino is always a huge pain. And then again, we have variation to the same swap there. Node 126 Daredevil swapped out with Thor Ragnarok. And obviously Daredevil specific node has been removed. And then Wasp swapped out with Invisible Woman. And Domino swapped out with Namor. Sure, cool. So we can see that how the link nodes will work from now basically. So every path has one link in each section that leads to a mini boss. And that is just about it. So it's quite wonderful. I do like that. I think it is going to be much, much smoother. But the good news, how not even quite finished yet, because we do have a minor Glory Store update as well. And it's actually fairly impactful for a lot of people. Right, so we're going to start with Tier 2 Alpha per purchase increase from 30% to 50%. So 30% was about 11,200 Tier 2 Alpha fragments. It's going up to, what is it, 18,000 for the same price. So it's quite significant increase. Nearly halved, effectively, the price of Tier 2 Alpha. So that's huge. Tier 2 Alpha problems probably are going to be a thing of the past. And then we have Tier 5 class catalysts. And Tier 5 class catalyst prices also reduced quite drastically. Now, it is only a 5% crystal, but the price has gone down from 2,700 to 1,500. And I like this change a lot, because from the very start, as Tier 5 class catalyst was introduced to Glory Store, I was pretty much the first one to stand up and say that it is overpriced. And I actually didn't buy pretty much any of it, even though obviously I play high level and I do want as much Tier 5 class catalyst fragments as I can get. 2,700 glory is just too much. Far too much. Now, 1,500 glory, I still don't think it's like an amazing value. But at the very least now, I'll probably buy it fairly frequently, maybe every other week. Doubt I'll buy it every week. We'll see what I can and can't do. But yeah, it is much, much better. It's, again, nearly half the price of Tier 5 class Catalyst fragments in Glory Store, which is a very, very huge, awesome thing for all the Thronebreaker players. Now we have Uncollected and Cavalier improvements as well. Unfortunately, you guys still don't get the Tier 5 class Catalyst fragments, which kind of sucks, which seems, again, somewhat counterintuitive in order to help people get Thronebreaker. But there are still some decent improvements, like the amount of Tier 2 Alpha per purchase increased from 30 to 40%. So you get more Tier 2 Alpha. And Tier 5 basic purchase increased from 10% to 15%, which is, again, fairly big increase there. So you're gonna have relatively much easier availability for Tier 5 basic fragments, which is, I think, one of the fundamental core resources, either Uncollected and Cavalier players or Thronebreaker players as well. So availability for Tier 5 basic is a great thing. And then pre-Uncollected, there are some changes as well. Greater Glory crystal removed, replaced it with a full Tier 4 class Catalyst crystal. Price curve changed. It's good. That's good. That's basically more stuff. And Tier 2 Alpha per purchase increased from 5% to 10%. Cost remains the same, so you basically get double the amount of Tier 2 Alpha. So it's a fairly positive change. Obviously, I do not think it addresses all of the problems, but as I said, on my personal opinion, AQ is probably the game mode that needs the least help and the least updating right now. But the changes that have been made to AQ are pretty much all, at the very least from the first glance, positive. Your glory is worth more now because you can get more stuff per glory. And AQ is going to be easier to do, and you're going to have less need to log in frequently. In ideal world now, you can basically log in 3 times. That's about it. You realistically, even playing map 7, even playing map 6, you just need to log in 3 times a day. Log in at the start of the day, and 2 hours after AQ has started. Go blitz through your path. Log in. For me, it is next morning, or for some people, it is much later in the afternoon. Do your section 2, and log in the 3rd time to do section 3, and possibly for boss action the 4th time if you must. But yeah, now it is fairly plausible to be able to cover the entire map with only getting involved there only 3 times, which is awesome, which is about as good as it could be. And when it comes to champion changes, don't make too much of it yet. I don't have a full grasp of what exactly changed. And Glory Store, again, they didn't address some of the more crucial things, I think, namely, let's say, the AQ potion. Well, yeah, AQ potions. Potion price has not been reduced for years. Can't remember whenever it was actually reduced. They're just so overpriced. Again, and I personally look at glory of too valuable of a resource to waste it on potions, because potions are so overpriced. Because at this pace, like one potion that gives you 6,000 health is what is it? Pretty much worth half a tier 2 alpha? I don't think so in my head. So typically, I rather grind and buy the potions and use the glory on all of these sweet resources, which is probably what Kabam wants people to do anyways, which is the reason why they're not reducing the price of the potions. But either way, these are the changes. Let me know what you guys think. I personally obviously think they are very positive. It's not exactly what I wished I'd see, but I like what I do see. But that is it for now, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya! Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the